Good morning, how are you? Welcome to Wake Up Call. I'm Leann Chivers and I'm going to be here for the next 2 hours. We have got a UK launch of a fabulous new range from Sheena. If you've seen the snowflakes a couple of weeks ago and you loved them, you are going to love these even more. These are my favourite, and I put my foot down with a firm hand and said, it has to be me on that launch. They're absolutely incredible. I adore them. We've got fantastic deals for you coming up. We've got some great offers. We've got a showstopper. We've got some hand-picked bundles by Sheena. We've got all the demonstration and all the fun. Sheena, what have we got, love?
We've got leaves. We've got 4 leaves. So it's the same format as the snowflake. So the printable. Think of double exposure photography. So you see a picture, you see a shape, and it's telling a story. But within that shape, what's going on? More of a story, and it takes you through the whole year. So we have winter, spring, summer, and fall, and all you got to do is call, and we're going to be there because you got a friend. Take you through the whole year. So we've got dies that's going to carry through to the whole theme. We've got 4 different stamp sets, and we've got an embossing folder. So everything's going to work together in beautiful harmony. Do you want to look at the boards now?
Yes.
Should we
Come
show
on,
you?
let's have a look.
That's easy to show you, isn't it? Just talk. Right, so here, this is what it's based around. So this is your first bit here. You're going to get the die. So that's the shape that carries you through. And you can see you've got your outline die, and you've got all these little squiggly wigglies. And remember on the snowflakes, we had that as well.
We did.
It just gives it that extra embellishment, doesn't it, Leann?
Yes.
It ties it in. It is for corners. It wraps around the side of your card, wraps around the leaf. So that's the leaf die there.
It's the je ne sais quoi.
It's je ne sais quoi.
Of the set.
Mange tout. Right, so then what you got now is your folder, your embossing folder. And that leaf there, those of you who know how snowflakes work, you're already on it, you're ahead with the plot. That's exactly the same size as this guy here. So that can be cut and then embossed independently of the folder. But if you want to use the folder in its entirety, boom, that's exactly what you're going to get there. Bit of ink, lovely. If you want to just make a cool card, you know, with your gilding wax and things, it's going to look great with some wording on. Then we've got the seasons. So we've got winter here. So if you're thinking just winter season or Christmas, perfect. We've got that covered.
Absolutely.
Talk about value.
Can you
for
stand
money.
that on its head there for me, love?
Sorry? Stand it that way.
Thank you.
There.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's easier.
Look.
You know what I like to think of everybody falling off their sofas trying to get it.
I would definitely be falling off
a
my
bit of a
sofa.
dizzy turn, that'd be me. I have no coordination. I once was a kid, you know the nylon nighties? I took my legs in my nylon nightie and started fell on the floor in my face. Couldn't get my legs out. I was like an oven wrapped turkey.
Do you know them nylon nighties were dangerous?
They were.
They used to spark in the dark.
My hair used to stand up every day. We
Yeah.
didn't need gel, did we?
Yeah.
And there was stretch brush nylon, so right round my ruffled neck, couldn't get out, my arms were tucked in. Picturing it. I've always been a bit of a Darcy bustle. So then we've got the spring. I'm going to do it that way as well because that way. There you go. There you go. So with spring, we've got the whole scene there, the cherry blossom, the trees.
Beautiful.
I just love cherry blossom. It's just, you see the cherry
exquisite.
blossom.
That's the word, Sheena, exquisite.
Thank you. And then we've got autumn or fall. Yeah. And
all you've got to do is call.
Summer. Sorry, summer.
That's summer.
Summer. We got summer. The apples. You know what? The thing is, living in Evesham, Leann.
Yeah.
Fruits are plenty everywhere. Just
really?
You go around, there's plums, there's apples. Living in the northeast, love it. Love me northeast, always would be that Geordie girl. But most you would get would be a turnip or something, wouldn't you?
That's true. Or a potato.
Yeah. So I'm loving the fruit theme.
Bet you
like
are.
that. It's just a nice. And then you've got the squirrel.
My favourite, the squirrel.
I love the squirrel. Squirrels are fab, aren't they? So
They are.
Paint them red, paint them grey, whichever you prefer. And they're cheeky little things, aren't they?
They are. And they're clever.
They're really clever. I remember that we went to the Lake District one time and there was red squirrels everywhere. And they were used to people feeding them the nuts. And then they would eat the nuts. And then when they had none, they'd walk up to you and go,
Oh, I love it. I need to say that, like, all gone.
So you had to throw them another one, they pick them up and go, cheers, I'm off. And they come back.
I love that. Oh, I need to see that.
So cute.
I want a little squirrel in my garden doing boop, because I think that would just make my life complete. We are joined by so many of you today, I have to say. There are so many people. It's just incredible. So let me just say, Victoria is joining us today, our social media superstar. Hello, Victoria. We've got Louise Carpenter, we've got Sheila Falconer, Jacqueline Bell, Alicia Gordon, Ruth Miser, Lynn Blackledge, Go Live Granny, Lois Giathis, Jan Harris, Diane Cardman, Stephen Nicole, Sarah Brown, Stephanie Theodos, Lisa Beecham, Leishcraft, Helen Patterson, Leslie Smith, Helen Chivers, Gamma, Cat Butt, Michelle Harris, Terry Anderson, Debbie Durant, Charlotte Everett, Christine Mahoney's in the house, Cindy Condy, Melanie D, Terry Anderson, Ruth Miser again, Madeline Wardley, Leishcraft. Oh my word, I can't keep up. You're all joining us today because you know it's going to be an absolutely fantastic day when we're here with Sheena, and we've got a UK launch. Now let me just tell you about the deal you've got on this UK launch, because it is truly fantastic. If you were to buy these products without any of the deals that we've got, I'm going to tell you all about them in a second, you'd be paying £102.92 or $131.64. However, if you are not a member of our Club Inspire, today your price you can see is £85 or $95, which already is a fantastic saving. £68 as a platinum member or $76 is a much better saving. And let me tell you that that showstopper also includes, and not just the stamps, the folders, the dies that you can see there from Sheena, you're also getting 15 sheets of the highest quality watercolour card you'll find in craft. You're getting that in there, and you're getting our full 8x8 magnetic stamping platform, the base, the magnets and the sprung top, which Shane will be showing you how to use. You're getting both of those in that showstopper deal. Now, there is a limited number available. So if you do want to get all of the folder, all of the stamps and all of the dies, plus the watercolour card to get you going, plus that magnetic stamping base that we've got there for you, all of those for £68 or $76, your platinum price, it's an absolute bargain, let me tell you that, because you're paying an extra £15 on top of the bundle price. If you do not want the magnetic stamping platform and you don't want the watercolour card, why would you not? Then the bundle is £70 or, let me remember, $80. So for only £15 more, you're getting all of that, and these are normally $24.99 or $39.95 for this only, $24.99 or $39.95 for that, and you're only paying £15 more in the bundle, and then this on its own $6.99 or $8.99. So you can see the value that you've got there. The showstopper, getting the lot, is definitely the way to go. Now, if you've already got a magnetic stamping platform at home, doesn't matter, get the bundle. I've got 3. I have one set up to do that, one set up to do that, and one set up to do that. And if I'm doing batch making, I'll have all 3 set up and I'll move between them. You might want one upstairs and one downstairs, one at the caravan, one in the holiday home, one in the main craft room. Doesn't matter. It will never not be useful or usable for you. And of course, the watercolour card, well, that's just a consumable, isn't it? That's a given. So it's a fabulous, fabulous saving for you today, an incredible deal of, I always say this, I believe, the highest quality of illustration that you will ever get in the craft industry. I don't think there is another person in the craft industry. She's a very good friend, so you could say that I would say it anyway, but I used to say it before we were friends. She is the highest quality of illustrator, and you will not get anything with that level of detail in the craft industry, in my humble opinion. And to have those folders and the dies, it is definitely where you want to be going today with that showstopper. So, Sheena, I have waffled on the bundle there.
Would you like to see some samples?
We'd like to see it work.
Would you like to see it work and then samples?
Should we see some samples first?
Yeah,
go on then. Let's do some samples first.
Go on then. So this is so that was they're the tools. So stamps are a tool, embossing folders are a tool, dies are a tool. They're not the story. They're the start of the story. This is how you tell your story. Look at that with that. You know, I'll tell you what, Crafter's Companion kits, card kits with the metallics and the satins and everything. You are going to rock those. Look at that, the luxury card stock with your squirrel on the front there. That shows perfectly how it all comes together. Your embossing folder in the background. Don't even have to do anything to it.
That's incredible, that embossed detail in the background.
You know what I would do as well? I would probably
Is that off
cut
your
out
folder?
that leaf. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's in the folder. And I would cut out the middle, right? Because you're not going to see the middle. And I'd use that copper leaf and I'd emboss it, Leanne. Right, look, yeah. Oh.
What?
Yeah.
That is
gorgeous,
incredible.
isn't it? Stunning. So it's done nothing to it, just that. So
And that looks multi-dimensional layered,
absolutely.
Sheena.
So you don't, if you're thinking, I'm going to be economical with my time, I'll put my time in the colouring, but I want a quick wow background set that's going to show this off in a immense, like, with a wow. That'll do it. Fab, isn't it? So then, look, and then if you want to go inky salt with your aquas or anything in the background, beautiful. So we have the fall or autumn, winter, and spring. Look, so you can pop the little leaf anywhere you want. And if you're liking the backgrounds, that's still got the folder there, but that's got the texture. And then we've got more different colour schemes. Look at how pretty that is.
Yes.
Pastels, just really, really
Stunning.
pretty. Then we've got this little guy here. So whatever cards you like, you can do your little, different, format cards, your little easel cards. Because you've got the little extra stamp that is the guy that's going to put that on your envelope inside the card, which makes a huge difference, or in the at the bottom there for a stopper. You've got then, look at that, with that, isn't that wow? So again, there these fabulous packs of card. That's the leaf. That's what I said I would have done with that background. So you're getting 2 for 1. You take the leaf out of it, you emboss it with the folder.
What? And you've cut that with the die.
Cut that with a die.
And then you put it in the folder and emboss it.
And that's what you get, yeah.
And so you don't even have to worry about needing scissors to fussy cut that. It's all done for you. It is genius, Sheena.
It's stunning. I know, well, I don't think much. I try, the Nike swoosh, just do it. Mine just don't think. Right? I just it doesn't usually lead to anything good. But I kind of do when I'm doing this bit. The designing bits when I use all my thinking points. I love this.
Is that sentiment from the set as well?
Yes.
Oh my word,
all the
that is
sentiments
exquisite.
are appropriate.
Because that looks like that, almost like Da Vinci-esque kind of technical drawing. Look at that.
Oh, that way.
Sheena.
That way. Yeah.
I mean, I think you might have peaked.
I think I might have done. Yeah. But we were talking about something we know is coming up that we can't even possibly
but
hit.
it's next year,
but it is phenomenal. So
it is phenomenal.
We've got something, we've got good stuff coming up, haven't we?
We're cooking some stuff.
We're cooking on gas. Look, there's that background again with that. Look at that.
Oh my word, I just want this set for that background.
That background's stunning,
and
isn't
you know,
it?
whenever we've been doing our cartload shows or our special offers, whenever you've getting those big packs of our luxury card stock, and it's all on your shelf there waiting, it's for that embossing folder, it's like kismet.
It is fantastic, isn't it? So now we've got different format cards. We've got a rectangular card, and on those apples just gorgeous.
Is that an aperture?
It's yes, using the
waste card.
The waste, and then stamping inside there. How cool is that? My team, amazing. It's Amanda's card.
It's that multi-layered, dimensional
Interest,
feel, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's the interest.
We've gone large here. Look at that. That's sizable, but it's really lovely because if you want to do an autumnal card and you just want to use one of these leaves, that leaf, I'd be happy. That leaf on a card with a greeting.
Me too.
If you want to do a smaller format, that leaf,
that green
that
one,
little squirrel there in the middle.
Yeah.
Again, smaller format. If you're thinking of postage, if you're thinking of
it's like a 6 by 6.
Absolutely.
The end done.
Smaller.
Gorgeous.
I've got some other format ones. Let me just flick through these quickly because I do want you to see that they're not just for larger or square cards. I have some others here. We're using the elements, different elements. Right. So look at this. That is just DL using the smaller. Now that, I'd buy that stamp back in the day. Imagine what that would have been back in the day for that stamp. Wooden block. What? Well, it's £6 minimum, wouldn't it?
At least.
At least.
Yeah. I think I've paid up to a tenner for them wooden stamps that size mind in the past.
That's right, yeah. And then look how gorgeous that is. So you don't have, this is with the extra small stamps.
Where's that stamp from?
Tags. This is the, this is on the
mistletoe?
Yes. Isn't it lovely?
Oh my word.
I tell you what, Amanda is really good at using the extra elements. Look at this and look at that.
Oh, it's on the stag.
Yeah, look. Yeah, isn't it fab? Look there it is. That's what Leann's like. Wow.
Oh my word.
Isn't it beautiful?
That is exquisite.
It's just a bit of class, isn't it?
Yes, the noise, the bang you can hear in the background is me getting on and off my platform.
Yeah,
just I can't believe it because it's so fantastic.
Absolutely. I love off the page stamping.
I do.
So we were talking about smaller format cards because I know a lot of you guys across the pond, you like a smaller format for postage, you know, or batch making, or just keeping the cost down and you know, going that way. Use part of the image. You could even come further off the card than that, and they look really cool. So even a larger image, I just think off the card looks great. So quickly motoring on, and then we're going to have a play. There's too much to look at. One's better than the other, isn't it? Where do you start? How do you look?
Look at that.
Look at that.
That is a wreath created with that little
with the
mistletoe.
Yeah. Yes, you're just gonna. They're keepsakes. They're just. Yeah,
so this is the set that just keeps giving and giving and giving. You're not, I think the thing I love about this is you're not restricted to the concept you've created. You're going to be able to use these in so many different ways in autumn, spring, summer and fall. You're going to be able to use them across all the seasons in multitude ways. The
whole year. To
create whatever you want, as large or as small as you like.
And here's the thing, Leann.
Yeah.
Use the leaf with any of your other stamps you've got at home. What your florals, what you got at home, what scenes have you got? All the scenes I did in the past.
Yes.
Use them with the die, with the leaf. Yeah, it's just going to give a shot in the arm to everything else. Everything's in this set for you to use, but it's going to be a worker set for everything you've got in your craft room as well. It really is. I love the fact that we've got all 4 seasons covered there. It isn't just for now, it isn't just for the autumn. I think you can see the value that you're getting in that set when you see the price you're getting it for. Let's just see what everybody's saying in the comment. Sheena, I've done a few of these shows in my time and I've never had to manage as many comments. So I'm going to do my best to get to as many of you as possible. Right. So Wendy says hello. Brenda Blacker says good morning from Salixby to all my crafty pals. Manuela says, oh, I've ordered it in Germany and it has come this morning. Yay.
What? Cheryl K says it's Sheena Wednesday and Leanna's here. Woohoo! Couldn't get any better. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you. We agree. Yeah. Lynn Morton says, good morning, Leann and Sheena, Team Social and all of the CTV team from a lovely Newcastle. Hello, Lynn. Newcastle local lady. So today we've got our, Victoria on socials. We've got our producer Nicola with us today, and directing we've got, is that Sam I can hear in my ear? Sam, he's been very subdued, he's been very professional. Normally he's a bit naughty, so I didn't know if it was somebody else. So we've got Naughty Sam directing for us today. So hello from the entire team. We've got Hannah, Debbie, you've got, hello Hannah Goslin on YouTube. Debbie, you've got me in on Sunday. I think she might mean Leann. I think that's not, is that an old comment I've looked at? Oh, it might be an old comment. I said I can't keep up with the comments. I'll get fired. Vivian Soulsby says, I absolutely love them. And Betty says, I was playing with this set over the weekend. Betty,
Yay.
tell us, show it, send us a picture, Betty. What did you do? Let us see. Melanie says, beautiful samples. Nicole Bredrick. She's in the house. Now, we know if Nicole loves it, can I just say, I haven't read the comment yet, she's letting me know what she thinks. If Nicole predicts a riot, please just buy the showstopper. Nicole says, stunning collection. I'm excited to play with these, especially that squirrel and a massive red love heart. So Nicole loves it, that means it's going to fly. Wendy says they're beautiful. So Michelle, Lara Smith says, wow, Sheena, this collection is incredible. Vivian absolutely loves it. Nikki Bailey loves it. Charlotte Everett says, is that embossing folder the one which comes with this? Yes, it is, Charlotte. It's this one. Let me just show you there. Oh, I'll not move it, sorry, Sam. It's this one here. That is the folder that Sheena's been showing you with that incredible hatching in the background. That is the one. Linda Armstead says, how do you make that background? Stay tuned, Linda. Sheena will be showing you. It's very easy. You put your card in the folder, you whack it through your machine, it's done. So, but Sheena will show you. Now, Christine Mahoney in big capital letters. I had to buy and make sure I had 2 sets of each, the leaves and the snowflakes. Love these stamps so much. All these samples are amazing. Thank you, Christine. Robbie Hedrick, oh my gosh, these are stunning, Sheena. Love the sample cards. Lynn, I can't wow is the only word from it. Jamie, good morning. Going to listen as I go to work. Loves them, thinks they're incredible. Charlotte Everett, where can we get the embossing folder, please? In this bundle, Charlotte. Here it is. There is the embossing folder. Oh, never mind, Sheena. It's all about the folder, Sam. I told you it was naughty. Look, that is the folder in the bundle, Charlotte. Right. There's too many more comments. I'm going to try and sort them all out and go through them with you. Let me just reiterate the price, the deal that you're getting today. So you can see this is your showstopper bundle. In this bundle, you get everything to make every single card that Sheena has just shown you. There is nothing in those samples that is not in this bundle. So let me just make that clear. Nothing in the samples Sheena has shown you that is not in this bundle. Everything to make everything Sheena has shown you in the showstopper bundle. You've got your embossing folder, you've got your die set, and you've got your 4 stamp set for winter, spring, summer and fall, which is absolutely incredible. All you have to do is call and we'll be there.
Yes, we will.
Yeah, we will. You got a friend. I mean, that'll happen a few times during the show, just letting you know. But you're also getting in the showstopper bundle your pack of watercolour card, 15 sheets. And if you've used our watercolour card before, you know that this is incredible quality. And your full 8x8 magnetic stamping platform, the magnetic base, the sprung platform and all of the magnets, all in that set for you. You're getting them for only £15 more. And when you know that that costs you £24.95 or £39.95 usually just for the platform, you can see the value that you have got in that showstopper bundle. We do have a limited number available for you. And I know the number and I'll be amazed if they last the day. So I would say if you're watching us on Wake Up Call, you like what you see and you like that value, platinum price £68 or $76 for everything and the watercolour card and the magnetic platform. That is exceptional. I would say get your showstopper, then sit back in comfort and watch the master at work. Are you ready for us?
I'm good to go.
Let's have a look.
I have that very embossing platform in front of me. Spooky. I tell you what, Leann, if you're only going to get, and this is from me, I'm still, I'm using all the stuff I'm discovering. I've got fresh eyes to all of this. My 2 go-tos is this magnetic platform. Yes. That's it. And my biggest rocker block, and I'm done for everything.
Yeah, those 2 things.
That's it, sorted.
I agree with you.
You'll see every show I use this one. This is the one. It's big as well, and if you want to do stamp bigger than trimming, perfect. So here's what I've done. I've lined up my watercolour card. I've got the magnets on there and I've got them quite a little bit nudged in. If you put them on the corner, they because these stamps, let me show you, I'm jumping around a bit, photopolymer, right? Now, if you're new to photopolymer, you'll be looking at this, you'll be thinking, I wish I'd had me 3 meter Bics, because peeling them off the background is like, whoa, you've done a workout there. But that's because these are not acrylic. They look like acrylic, but they're like the best of all stamping worlds. You've got the strength, you've got the detail, you've got the clarity of rubber, but you've got the transparency of your acrylic. But these are photopolymer. They're creme de la creme, are they not?
They are, absolutely.
Fantastic. Perfect. So that's what I've got. I've got the big, nice, the full leaf on there ready, face down. Then I'm going to take my, so just
this is the embossed leaf, is it?
This is the stamp.
The stamp.
The stamp.
So you put the stamp on there.
Stamp on there first. Right, I like to stamp first, yeah. So I've got that and I've picked it up. Now, when your stamps are new, they might stick a bit to your paper, so just be aware of that. Yes. Once you put the ink on, we're good to go. Yes. So I'm going to use Flagstone, which I really like, and it's the waterproof. And I like Flagstone. I also like rustic brown. Black, fabulous too. All of them, all great. But if you want to see more of your colouring, or if you want to do, especially that pastel card, you don't want to be using a black if you're going paler on your colours, I think. I think it just looks nicer, just a bit softer. Yeah, my opinion. But anything, and there's all rules and everything, but they're there to be broken and do what works. So the beauty of this is I can, to be honest, I haven't yet been in a position where I've had to reposition this, but because it's magnetic, we know you can. Yes. But take your time and just work around, because this is a big stamp, guys. And you know what I love about this one? I've had a very expensive magnetic stamping platform.
Yeah.
Back in the day. It
Yeah.
cost a canny packet, Leann.
Yeah.
And it didn't have any flex in the
No.
this. And I was missing bits. I wasn't getting that.
You haven't missed a bit there.
There's not a bit
That
missing.
is crisp.
Don't need to go again. That's one
That- I
pass,
mean,
one,
Sam, come
one
on.
hit, boom.
Come
we're
on,
done.
Sam. You can do
Look,
it.
and you know what? There's so much detail in there. Look at the detail in it.
Look at that.
That's what you see,
is
it's a stamper.
exceptional. That's the quality of your illustration.
Thank
Timed
you.
with the quality of that photopolymer stamp to give you all of those beautiful fine lines and the tool working
Thank you.
together.
Thank you. But it's also your platform because it's got that little bit.
A flex.
It's not flimsy, but it's not that solid. You know that you need to get that little, if you're a stamper, you know, you need that
Yeah, you
little
do
push
know.
in the middle to get it on there sometimes, especially if it's a huge stamp like that. Now, what I would do next is I would colour it in, all right, before, well, now, you know what, let's not. Let's just do the cutting and then we'll come back to colouring. Let's
Okay.
do the whole process. Let's cut it out. So the next thing is, I'm wondering if it'll go on my small plate. Yes, it will. So I've got that on there. I'm going to get my die now, which is all ready. So you've got all your dies here.
Great.
And we're going to pop those on. So if you're using a bigger bit of card, put those little squigglies on. Whatever you're doing, put the little squiggly doodles down there.
Yes.
And you're going to just
all in one
keep
pass.
collecting them.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah? Looking for me tape. It should be right here. Right now.
That's another good song for the playlist. I like that one.
I haven't got the little terry bit that I'm just going to turn it. So basically, you're just going to do a little bit of lining around, and it's got a nice little border around it, so there's plenty of little wiggle room there. That should be enough to hold that there. Thank you, Leann. I'm just looking and finding I've got one without the thing, and I'm like kind of, you know, look like Savage Woman with this bit of tape. Right, so then we are going to pop that through our Gemini. And
How much do you love the new Gemini?
Leann, you know what? The fact you can put it any way as well.
I know.
I'm doing that. I could have put it lengthways, but that's what I did before.
You don't have to.
I'm just playing with it.
Yeah.
Because I can.
And how quiet is it?
It's so quiet.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have to be that quiet for not to be heard over us.
Well, that's very true.
We're all right on that one.
We are.
So now I'm going to take my tape off here. Hope I haven't gone a little bit too eager with my tape, but bear with. Nope, we're good. And then we have our perfectly cut out
Look
leaf.
at that.
That's the
Oh.
order I would do them in. I would cut them out
Man.
and then colour.
I love
Shall
it,
we do the
Sheena.
folder and then you can see the whole process
Please,
before we
let's do
colour?
the folder, yes,
And then
we'll
I'll have a
colour
little
last.
prepare myself and then we'll get to the
We'll
colouring.
get to the colouring.
Yes. So
Because I
let me
like
show you.
this, 'cause then you can see how everything in the bundle actually works.
So yes,
Yes.
this is it. The mechanics of it, I think, is a good
Yes.
thing to go through. Now, I'm going to use a bit of white card here, so it's not going to show. However, I'll show you what else I've done. I've cut out a leaf. All right, that's what the leaf looks like. So on the card, this is just going to offset just a little bit behind that to give it that little pretty pop with the gold swirlies coming around it.
Gorgeous.
That's going to gorgeous as it is. But I wasn't going to emboss it, but we're going to emboss that. So we'll do two things with the folder, just so you can see why it was designed as it was. So the first thing, let's do the background. So I'm going to pop that in there. And now this is where that coated card was used. That looked stunning. You know, that metallic from the luxury card pack. Looked beautiful. But this is just the plain white card. So I've just used construction card for this because we're not going to colour it. So might as well just use, you know, your bulk card, really. That's popping
Yes.
through there. And this is
The
going to be the
comments,
background.
honestly, Sheena, I just have to tell. So Alexander Girling, oh wow, is what Alexander stays. Kathy Mice has got my order in before, they've gone so excited. Pamela, good morning, this is Pam from Michigan. I have to have that embossing folder. Yes, you do. And the leaf with the squirrel as well and the mistletoe, and I guess I like the whole collection. My Sheena has done it, oh my goodness. Kathy Mice, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful is all I can say. Helen Patterson, I love the snowflake set and all the education. I'm going to have to buy this set. Love the stringy bling things too. We're going to call them stringy bling things from this point forward. Thank you. Charlotte Everett, wowzers. Stephanie Theodos, my order's in. Pamela Ritchie, I'm so excited. Oh my word, so many of you loving this, Sheena,
Oh, wow.
and getting
Thank
their
you,
orders
guys.
in.
Thank you. Because you know what? Like we say, Leann, we have these plans, don't we?
We do.
And we get excited. And
We do.
think, but it's just a theory until you get the stuff. And then you go, I'm hoping it works. I'm hoping it works. Leann, it works. And then you go, we hope they like it. We hope they like it. This is our life. This is it. This is a little snapshot.
Absolutely.
But that's how it works. You hope that you see what we see. And fortunately, yeah. So now this guy's going in there. See how I just lined it up? Really easy to line up. So that's going to go there. And this is going to, where's my top plate there? I do, when we've done this, we'll do a tidy up if I can, and then we'll come back and do a bit of the colouring. But it'll give you, you'll be able to see how everything's worked then. So this now is going to give you a really pretty autumn leaf. Now, you could colour this in with your alcohol pens if you want.
Yes.
Your re-inkers if you want to do that pen style with that, if you want to make it look super autumny. Look at that.
I mean, that looks like you've picked it up off the ground when you've been out, Sheena, in the autumn.
That's stunning, I know.
It's
When I
incredible.
drew that leaf, I had to draw it a shape. The shape of the leaf was important because I wanted it to fill as big a space as possible.
Yes.
Couldn't be a narrow leaf.
No.
And also nice proportions so you can get a full
Yes.
scene into it. So that leaf alone, with any of your sprays, your new sprays,
Yes.
on a bit of paper, and a greeting, if
Imagine
you want to
on
make quick
parchment
cards.
with a bit of colouring on the back.
Stunning.
It's going to look
Stunning.
so delicate.
So that's what we've done so far, guys. You've seen
Imagine
the background
an autumn wedding
there.
with that in like a parchment.
Yeah, absolutely stunning. So, and you can see how it just fits over there if you want to
Yes.
overlay it there, but we're going to offset it a little bit. This little guy's going to go on here, a little bit like that. So, and what you've got is that little kind of, because it's picked up a little bit of that like raffia kind of texture, it's made the edges sparkle even more on the gold card. I don't know if you can pick that up.
My word, I absolutely
I'll take that away.
It's incredible, Sheena.
Isn't it cool?
I mean, I'm
that's
just having a moment
card
of
done,
silence
Leann.
to appreciate it, honestly, because seriously, when you look at how that whole collection is coming together, and you can see your platinum price of £68 or $76, can I just tell you what's going to happen? We're going to do this. We're going to watch Sheena do a bit of colouring, then we're going to have a little break. You're all going to go mad and go for the showstopper, and then we're going to come back and we're going to be like, oh, what's happening? So don't do that. Don't wait to the point where you're disappointed to get that great value in the showstopper. Look, if you don't want the stamping platform and the card included, you can still get the bundle. Of course you can, and you can get that for £70 or $80. And if that's what you would prefer to do, then yes, you can do that. And of course you would get your platinum price discount off that too. But why would you, when you're getting all of that value in the stamping platform, which is normally $24.99 or $39.95, and your watercolour card, usually $6.99 or $7.95, in that bundle for you for only an extra £15. The value in the showstopper bundle is definitely the way you need to be purchasing in this show. Sheena, are you ready?
Leann, what I was thinking is you know, if you've already got the platform, if you've got two, if you've got, Christmas is coming up.
It is.
Think of that as a gift. It's a good gift there for Christmas.
Good
We do a bit of colouring.
Yes, please.
Do colouring now. Right, so you've got, you can use whatever colouring products you like, appropriate card. Nina, if you're going to use your alcohol pens,
yes.
Right? But because this is watercolour, you know me, I love my aquas, and they are all here represented in the house in front of me. Shall I show you quickly the choices? Because these are my working colour chart here. So make a colour chart, because the plastic looks nice, but it just doesn't do justice to the vibrancy and the transparency and the beautiful joyous colours that you're going to get in the ink. So make yourself a colour chart. Even essentials, you want that, you draw the line, jump in the line, rock your body in time. Okay, I believe you. It's just been in my life forever. I had to do it, I'm sorry. It's down there, I'll be doing it again. So think Beetlejuice.
I'm putting it on Chivers tunes.
Just see me as Winona. If you like, draw the line. I'm not going to do it again. Don't. That's one you need.
That's the one you need.
That's the one you need, because that's going to look stunning. I've got a draw the line card with the leaves. Actually, I'm going to show you. Remind me to show you that. Yes, it's down there. I need to locate it.
You'll dig it out.
I'll do it. Yeah, as quick as I can. Primaries. If I was going to go for two sets. My two sets, essentials primaries, because you've got your warm and cool yellows, your warm and cool reds, your warm and cool blues. We'll talk about that more later. boom, you've got, and then you've got a plethora. You've got a limitless number of colours you're going to mix.
Okay.
Nature's gorgeous because you've got your sea, sand and forest there represented. And you've got your floral, which is beautiful. It's kind of like a second, not quite a primary because you haven't got your blue, but you've got your purple, which is obviously your mixes. But these are just gorgeous. If you like just bright, pretty colours.
Yes.
That's, if you're a magpie, that's what you're going for.
Yes.
All right, but if you can, and if there's a deal on, honestly, get the 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out the colours that I want. So let's look at, we want a blue for the sky. So there's loads of blues to choose from. Let's go with peacock blue from the nature set.
One of my favourites.
Yeah, peacock blue, lovely. And we're going to go with the apples. Now the apples, if you want a red apple, what looks nice is to have kind of like a golden undertone. Even topaz, you see topaz in the same set. We might use a bit of topaz in it, all right? We might try that. We want a red, so I'm going to go with, into the primaries, I'm going to go with the scarlet, O'Hara, fiddle-dee-dee. And then I'm going to go with a bit of burgundy, Ted Burgundy there, Ted Burgundy. And that should get us started just with greens. Well, greens, we'll come back to greens because there's loads of greens. So let's start with the apples. Now, I'm bringing this in. And I'll tell you why. I keep talking about doing this, right? What I'm going to do, well, let me show you the pens.
And, and can I just say, we have got that palette and brushes available for you. Have a little look on the website when you fill in your basket with your showstopper. That's available as well as a separate little bundle, the palette and the brushes that you always use, Sheena.
Oh, I do use it all the time.
Yeah.
I love it. I literally have a few of these I bought before I came back after me wandering and I saw you had these. I went, what? What? Hello? And these are so much better than the ones I've got that I bought previously. They're deeper, the plait, it's really strong and it doesn't stain. It's fabulous.
Yeah.
So normally you see me scribbling on me because I like to use them with a brush.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me show you.
I do too, to be honest.
Yes. I just think of it as transportable, vibrant ink. That's it.
Yeah, I agree.
So on one side, this side, however, I use this more than I used to, the bullet nib, and it is such a fine, mighty fine bullet nib. It's much finer than you think. I would say it's about £1.5 if you're into like fine liners and things. And it's consistent and it's a fabulous flow of ink. It doesn't dry up. It's great for detail. If you want to do grasses, if you want to put a bit of detail afterwards. If you've used a pale ink and you've lost a bit of that line art detail, you can put it back with that side.
Which is
but
incredible.
This side here is the side I'm using 90% of the time, that brush nib.
Yeah.
So if you use a light pressure, you get a fine line. Depends how good your kind of control is with that. But if you use a heavy pressure, look at that. From that to that to that in one pen.
It's incredible.
It's ridiculous. You don't get that. And for your brush lettering, I'm rubbish at it. But if you do like your brush lettering and you're good at like thick and thin kind of lines
That looks
like
good to me.
That looks pretty good, doesn't it? I bet there's people who do brush lettering going, oh yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I get you.
That looks good to me.
Right, so I'm good. But what I'm going to do, I'm scribbling some blue in there. And the reason I'm doing it in here is that's now signed in me blue bit. But if I walk away and have a cup of tea or the cake calls me, as often it does, and I come back, that's dried up, never no mind, put a bit of water in it, use it again.
You reactivate
I've wasted it.
It's great, isn't it?
If I put it on me mat, I'm going to want to wipe it up because it's going to get everywhere I don't want it to be.
Yeah.
So that's that. I'm going to do some more scribblage here. I'm going to take me topazzy colour here, do a bit of scribbling there, and don't think you're using much ink at all here because that's not an absorbent surface. This is the way to use it in a frugal way as well, is to put it on like this because these colours are so intense. If you take the brush directly to your card, the card's absorbent.
Yeah.
You're using so much more ink than you even need, Leann, aren't you?
Yes,
So,
you are.
You know, we like you to go for the products.
I am
but
going to
we
do
also-
this going forward, Sheena, because normally I scribble on my glass mat and then wipe it all away. And I always think, oh, I'm wasting all of that.
Yeah.
I think that's great because you can just then, if you remember the colours, put it aside and then use it tomorrow by reactivating
Absolutely,
it.
that's
can't
it.
you?
Use it next, use it whenever. It's all going to be good to use still. So I'm going to put a little bit of a golden kind of glow on these apples, just like this, like that, like this. So there's quite a bit of colour in. And so I'm going to start off with the apples and then see how we go. If we need a little break and we need to tidy up or regroup, we can stop at any time and come back. But this is basically what I'm doing. I'm going light, first layer. Look at how much. Now, the thing is here as well, don't use a water brush. Water brushes have their place, but if you want controlled colouring, I would absolutely use the brush set, the Royal and Langnickel. I become Julia Childs when I do that now. That's my new one.
I think sometimes you could think that as a beginner, you'd get one of those valve water brushes and it'll be easier. It can actually make it harder because you can't control the flow of water as easy as you can when you're just using a brush like that, can you?
Leann, it's like that story I used to tell, exactly the same principle, where you think the kids have got brushes upstairs. They're at school, I'm going to try their brushes and do a bit of colouring, see if I am any good at this watercolour look or colouring with a brush. You try the kids' brushes and you go, yep, that's confirmed it, I am rubbish. And you don't do it anymore because the brushes we give poor kids to use sometimes are horrific. Like your water brushes, thinking they look safe and everything's contained and that's not going to scare us. And they actually are much more difficult to control.
Yeah.
And so definitely a Royal and Langnickel and a bit of that and you're good to go. So now I'm looking at bringing some of the red colour in there. Look at that. Look at the intensity of that.
Beautiful.
So this is strong. So notice how I've put the colour down and now I'm using a bit of water and I'm just dragging this colour away. But see how I'm trying to keep that highlight in the middle?
Yeah.
I don't want to lose that because I want these apples to look nice and shiny. And already they're looking. Now, if you're thinking, where does that go? How do I do it? Look at this stamp. And I have to say, the line work on this stamp is super fine, Leann.
It really is.
It's so detailed. It's like, because it's okay me drawing it in, but if it can't be manufactured like that, tis all for naught, isn't it?
It is.
But if you look, there's shading, there's little lines or hatching, you call it, where your line works there to give you that shading look, or cross hatching where I'll use lines in opposite directions to make it look darker. There, that's your clue, that's your start of a 10 for where to add the dark colour. Now I'm drying my brush, taking all the colour out of my brush, I'm wetting it, drying it again, and then using little circular movements just to drag that colour out there. Now we're not done, we're going to do one last little bit here with this dark red, this burgundy. You could go kind of a brownie colour on this as well if you wanted, a little bit more brownie. But that there, look at how those apples...
That intensifies that red.
It really does.
Immediately, doesn't it?
Yes, you need contrast. You need, for the light to look light, you need dark, and vice versa. So that's where, don't be scared, just, go for it.
I love it.
And then that's almost...
And Sheena, anybody can do, I don't mean, but anybody can do that. It's just kind of going around the outside of a circular shape.
Absolutely.
And preserving that highlight in the centre, and then it just takes on that whole 3D shiny apple appearance.
Absolutely. And if you want to put a little bit more gold in there, once you've done that formula, you can tweak it a bit. And, if you dry it, you're going to have more to play with once they're dry. But there, 3 apples ready there. I'm going to continue with these ones. Should we do more apples? Should we just keep going?
Keep going, let's keep going. I'll just read you a couple of... So first of all, Kathy Myers says, Sheena, what paper do you use to make the colour charts?
Great question. The colour you're going to use to colour in with. So the same colour, so watercolour card.
Okay, thank you.
So you wouldn't, so use the stuff that
the same stuff that you're going to be using to colour on.
To colour on, absolutely.
Kathy Myers also says, holy smoke artichokes, wow, wow, wow. Love the demos, they're out of this world. Thank you, Kathy. Suzanne Dawn, Sheena is so much fun. She truly is. Hannah Gosling thinks that gold leaf would make a good background for an array of pumpkins.
Oh,
the
beautiful.
I think it would look lovely.
I love pumpkin. I love autumn art, autumn imagery. I wish, well, to be honest, pumpkins, we've made it here now. But when we were younger, you never saw a pumpkin.
No, you didn't. You had turnips.
That's exactly what I had the discussion with but you got a turnip and you start scooping it out in August with a spoon.
Exactly. My dad used to have to do ours with a Stanley knife to get them going at least 4 weeks before you needed it.
That's it.
Yeah, it was that hard. And then all of the dessert spoons in my mum's drawer, a cutlery drawer, were like, you'd think Yuri Geller had been to visit.
You think Yuri had been?
You think Yuri had been? Because they were all...
They were all bent
because we were trying to scoop the turnips out.
Yeah, exactly.
Cindy Condi says, that's one more reason I love Sheena stamps. The cross-hatching makes it so easy to shade. Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you.
Stephanie says, Sheena, I was going through my stash and found a DVD you did for the Inspiration magazine. You haven't changed much from the cover photo. I plan to watch soon.
Oh, thank you.
Helen says, I found that from the snowflakes that I was losing the will to live once, but once I had the right tools to the palette, the brushes, the Premier watercolour card, I managed to create something decent as a first project. That's with the help and the support of Sheena. And her team in the Inkettes. Isn't that lovely?
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Helen. Rather than apples, I'm thinking chestnuts. Could you make them into chestnuts, Sheena? The apples.
Yeah.
Would they be a bit big?
They'd be a bit big. But then you got the flowers in the background as well. I'm all for tweaking. But you know what? This shape leaf, you can cut out you can stamp with any of your images, then cut part of it out, and you've got like a double exposure image.
Of course, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. It's such a useful one.
And Cheryl's got a really great question for you, actually, Sheena. She says, Sheena, when your hand goes off camera, are you dipping in water or drying the brush on the paper towel? I never know how much water I need on my brush.
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how wet my paper is already. Look, that's how wet it is. And I'm going to need to turn that round because I'm using so little of this. So I've got some ink on my brush here, and let's do this apple here. So you see how strong that is. So if you want the colour stronger, obviously you have less water in your brush. But now that's too much. I'm wetting that, I'm drying my brush on the paper, and I'm literally just dragging a little bit of that colour out, and I'm drying it again, and that's more than enough colour on there. Okay?
Okay.
So same thing, we'll do another one. So picking up the colour.
It's more of a damp brush than a wet brush.
Absolutely,
isn't it? Yeah.
absolutely. And that's where water brushes kind of fall down.
So you don't want the water dripping off the bristles at the end.
That's right, exactly. You'll be surprised at how little moisture you need on the brush to get the paint to move. You really don't need much at all. And then just keep going. So again, drying the brush before I'm picking up that ink, because the ink's got a little bit watered down with me putting the brush in it all the time. When I come to reload it, I will dry that little well as well now, because it's got a little bit wetter, and I don't want to dilute the ink in my pen.
No.
So I'll do that. I'm speed colouring here a little bit for you. Put a little bit there. And then they'll dry that, just it becomes second nature. Every show without fail, you'll see I have my water container, large, opened. Don't go for a narrow cup because I'll spill them. I have to have like the kids, like a Tommy Tippy kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah, because then the less chance of them spilling. But that with my paper underneath, and that's me set up, and I'm good to go then. If I didn't have them, I couldn't do this. Literally couldn't do it.
It's fantastic.
The paper and the thing. And now I'm going to go with this dark colour and just go around and darken some of these. So there'll be a shadow behind that one. Let's do that darker. Can you see I've given it a shadow there, so you know it's going to be a bit lighter there and darker there, and a little bit there in here.
And I find watercolouring so much more forgiving than alcohol colouring, Sheena.
Oh,
Would you agree?
I find it quicker, and I find it easier because, you use one colour and you use the water to vary the shades of that colour, and that's it.
Yeah,
you don't have to pick up multiple pens. You pick up one pen and you're off, and that's it, you're done.
And I think if you haven't really started your colouring journey, watercolouring like this is the place to start to build your confidence.
Absolutely. I definitely believe that. And it is... it becomes habit. That's the thing. It does become habit. So we've got the apples there. We could shade them a little bit more, but I think they look pretty nice. And what we're going to do now is we'll look at some of let's do those little really pink cherry blossom flowers. So I'm going to move that around a little bit there. I've already got this pink colour here that I've been using for the apples. So I can just a touch of this here and there on these, just to give it a little bit of a hint of colour, because they're very pale and they've got a lot of white in them, so just very, very pale. So more water, a lot of water when I'm doing this, and just little bits there, but leave some white paper as well. That's the thing with watercolour. You don't technically need to use a white if you leave the card. You'll never, even with the best white pen, you will never get the card back to as white as if you've left it in the first place. So it'll lighten it, but it will never get you back to that bright white kind of look that you would have got otherwise. So I'm going to pop that there as the
That's looking
bud
fabulous.
there.
Jane Quigley says, so relaxing, so relaxing. Get the words out, Leanne. Dear me. So relaxing to watch. And Michelle Harris says, I love watching Sheena colour. Terry Anderson's got a question for us. She says, I put my aqua marker brush pen into the water. I wasn't... Yeah, I wasn't thinking. Did I ruin it, or will it eventually go back to normal?
That's you, Leann. What do you reckon?
So I would say, Terry, you are going to waste a little bit of ink, but that's better than your pen going completely. So what I would do is get a bit of watercolour card, and I would just brush the surface of that card to encourage the ink flow back into the nib of the marker, and that will flush out the water and your ink back into the nib. You will waste a little bit of ink while you do that, but your marker should return to normal. As long as you didn't leave it sat in the water so it soaked it all up inside. If it was just a quick dip in and out, that will fix it for you.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's it. There's usually a way to fix it, isn't there?
Yeah, there usually is.
Yeah. So we've got... Sorry,
can I just say that Michelle Harris says that this is inspiring and intimidating at the same time. It doesn't have to be, does it? Because
what was that, sorry?
She finds it inspiring and intimidating at the same time. I think she's nervous to have a go.
No.
Michelle, I would say get the set and literally play the show back and just do exactly as Sheena's done, and you will have amazing results immediately. It's the quality of the stamp Sheena, and the hatching to know where to put the shade.
That's it. Read the stamp.
The guide. Read
you know,
the stamp.
Yes, this is what I'm saying. Be a little bit of a detective before you start. Look at what you've got. Look at where the shading is, and go, aha. She's telling us that that's going to cast a shadow against that one and that one. Like if you look at these ones up here, these two are together, so they're not any light in here. So I've made that shade there. Underneath there's going to be darker. Around the outside is a little bit darker. And that gives you the contour. So follow that. Dark to light.
Completely. I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
Lillian says, morning everyone, it's always so much fun when Sheena and Leann are together. I learn stuff too.
Yay. I think, you know what?
You learn stuff.
Yeah. Oh no, well, as well as just, but I agree with that. I take in more. We were talking about this at school, you know, there was lessons that I shouldn't have particularly liked. But if I had a good teacher that kept me interest,
yes,
I was there, I was listening, and I was engaged.
Yes.
But I think that's fine if you have a laugh, because it's keeping you listening to the important bits as well.
Of course it is, absolutely.
Yeah.
Cindy Condy just wants to know, what colour did you use for the pink blossoms?
I used the colours I already had in my palette, so everything's going to coordinate perfectly. I used scarlet, and then I used a little bit of the burgundy.
Scarlet and burgundy,
yes,
just a tiny bit.
But scarlet watered right down, so that it's really, really pale. And then I'm just going to start painting some of these leaves. But again, so let's try and formularize it for you, okay? So I've got some, I've used that light colour, which was the lime out of the Essentials set. And then I've used, which I love this green, the olive from that set. It's a lovely green, isn't it?
Greens out of the whole
Absolutely.
collection.
Yeah, I love olive. And then, so look at this hatching. There's dark hatches there. So I'm going to come around there, and I'm going to do that there. In fact, there's a leaf there as well that I'm just going to paint in. And then I'm going to come around and just basically just leave a little bit light, dry my brush, and then just blend that a little bit more. Now, I will go with the darker green shortly, but this is the first two. This is me just getting the kind of basic shading down. So again, dark green there, and in between the apples where it's going to be darker, just leaving a little bit of lighter colour coming up from there. In fact, that's all going to be quite dark there. But even you think, well, while you've covered it up, you've put that light colour on, you still see that light colour shining through, glowing through.
And it changes the colour on beneath, doesn't it, on top, so you get shades of a colour there.
Exactly, that's right. It's all, because they're all kind of like mixing together and playing nice together.
And Nicola's just said this looks unreal, and I couldn't agree more. I mean, those apples looked amazing until you've put that green around it, and it literally looks like that. That is leaping off the page, Sheena.
It pops out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It certainly does. So let's do a bit more of that, and then
Deborah
I'll come
Reeves,
back.
she's bought a collection. She
Yay.
was waiting for this one. She loves it, and she says, "Thank you, Sheena."
Oh, you're welcome.
10% of the stock's
Thank
gone,
you
Sheena.
for...
Showstopper, 10% of the stock has gone.
Wow.
And can I just say, you're all, and I know what you're all doing now at home, I'm just going to tell you this is how it's going to go, because I know I've been there. You're all mesmerised. You're sat staring at the screen. You can't believe what you're seeing and you really want to have a go yourself. We're then going to have a break. You're all going to rush and buy it. And then that's when the scary starts to happen, Sheena.
Yeah.
You can watch, you guess, check out, exactly. So you can check out now, don't wait, because you can rewind or you can watch it back later. If you feel you don't want to miss out on that fantastic showstopper bundle. And while we're watching Sheena do a little bit of painting, let me just remind you about that pricing, if that's okay, Sheena.
Yes, absolutely, because I'm just repeating what I've done, yeah.
You're paying today, if you're not a platinum member, £85 or $95. And that is if you're not in Club Inspire. If you are in Club Inspire and you're a bronze, silver or gold member, you would take off your percent, your 5, 10, 15% from that price. That's the price you'll pay. If you're a platinum member, you're paying £68 or $76 today, and you're getting everything that Sheena is using for all of the samples you've seen earlier and everything she's shown you in this demonstration, plus some more. You're getting the embossing folder with the leaf in that lovely hatch background. You're getting your leaf die set with all the wiggly squirrelies. You're getting 4 full high quality hand illustrated photopolymer highest quality stamp sets. You're getting a magnetic stamping platform, 8x8, our largest one, which is usually $24.99 and $39.95 on its own. And you're getting your 15 sheets of that fantastic quality watercolor card that Sheena is using here in this demonstration right now to paint this leaf. You're getting those two things, the platform and the card, for only £15 more on your bundle. And that is today for everything: the platform, the card, the folder, the dies, 4 full photopolymer stamp sets for platinum price £68 or $76. It is a fantastic price. Now look, if you're not interested in the showstopper, you don't want the magnetic platform and the card, and you just want the product that Sheena's using, so the folder, the dies, the stamps, we've got that available for you separately. Go and have a look at Shop the Show and you'll see you can get that bundle for £70 or $80 should you wish to, full price. Of course, you take your platinum 20% off that if you're shopping as a platinum member today. So it's a fantastic, fantastic deal to get 4 essentially A5 photopolymer stamp sets. A5, they're huge. I might have to get one out and show you. The die set and the folder to be able to create the exquisite thing that you can see on your screen right now by just dabbing on a few watercolours, essentially, Sheena. I mean, you're doing more than dabbing a few, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to dumb it down, but they're just so easy to achieve.
They're just, absolutely.
It's the quality of the illustration, that's what does it, Sheena.
Yeah, thank you. I think that, well, that's, and it's nice to get that feedback from someone who's got the stamps and says that's what makes the difference, because that's what it's intended to do. It's intended to make it easier for you to get a painterly, artistic, dimensional look when you finish.
And I completely agree, because I've had detailed stamps like this before, which are like a lovely painterly, larger stamp like this, where you would look like you'd watercoloured. And I've stamped it, and then I just look at it, and it's just a lot of lines. I have no idea where I'm putting my colour.
Absolutely.
It's just a lot of, I'm like, well, what even is that? I don't even know what that looks like anymore. And I can't even begin to start and paint it because I don't know what I'm doing or where I'm putting the colour.
That's it.
Where when I use one of your stamps, I never feel like that because you've thought about the construction of it. And that quality illustration means you can immediately see where you're putting your colour, and you've helped with where the shade could go. So actually something that could be intimidating is incredibly easy for you to achieve.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Leann. That's it.
That's down to you, Sheena. That's down to the thought and the time and attention to detail you put into it when you're drawing these stamps for everybody.
Oh, thank you. I think, the thing is, you know, I'd used other people's stamps for quite a while, even though I've drawn all my life. So I'd bought stamps and I used other people's stamps. And I became drawing something I've always done, but then I became a stamper. And then I went back to drawing for stamps. And I think it's important because you need to draw as a stamper to know what level of detail, they're just the right level of detail and not too much detail.
Yes, completely agree. Cindy says, thank you for telling her the pen colour. She's really grateful.
Yeah,
Jane Quigley loves these pens. Stephanie says, it's magical watching you, Sheena. I love watching this come to life. Thank you.
Thank you.
Linda, I was finally able to get the showstopper. Well done, Linda. And Mary says, I wish I could colour this well. I'm learning so much. You know, Mary, I think get the showstopper. Use your aqua markers. Watch us back, watch Sheena back doing this, and I guarantee you will colour something that looks like that. Yeah. Because of the quality of the stamp.
Absolutely.
You will absolutely do it, Mary. I know you will.
Absolutely. The thing is as well, Leann, is it would be pointless if only we could make it look good.
Yes.
You know, that's it. It's like we know this works. We know that you can do it. Oh, I had a great question actually about the snowflakes. There was a lady on the inkettes and said, I really want these, but I'm new. And I want to know, honest opinions, guys, from me. Do you think I could do this? And honestly, the amount of people that stepped in and said, absolutely, because if you've got the right product and the right instruction, then why not?
Yes,
absolutely.
Exactly.
And, you know, even workshops, you know, when I teach workshops, I never have done a beginner, intermediate and advanced.
Yeah.
All you need is the right instruction and it doesn't matter where you're at.
Yeah.
You know, so that's, and absolutely the right product, essential.
100% I agree.
So, shall we continue with this?
I think it's absolutely fabulous. Have you got much more to do?
We're going to do the basket, and then we're going to do the background. So,
should we take a little break?
Yeah, let me group and I'll pick the colours out. Yeah, that'll be great.
We're going to give everybody a chance, because I know we'll tell you to shop and watch us back later, but you pay no attention to us when we say that. You don't listen to a word we're saying. You sit mesmerised watching Sheena, because she's an absolute legend when it comes to this kind of stuff. She really is. And so we're going to give you a moment to go and get your showstopper, go and help yourself to that bundle. It is a fabulous price. And then we'll see you back soon, and Sheena will finish what she started.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right? Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What does she do?
Exactly how he looks.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Well, one of our biggest fails is leaving the biggest fails on the screen for you all that time. It's that naughty Sam. What can I say? The gremlins are in the gallery. That was just to make sure you were watching and seeing how we're getting on. Look, welcome back. We wanted to just let you know that what I predicted is in fact true. You're all the riot is happening on the showstopper as we talk right now. You are absolutely loving it and are thrilled that you're able to get your hands on all of those products in one bundle. And of course, it's exceptional value for money, isn't it? So, Sheena, are you ready to continue a little bit, my love?
Yes, so I'll tell you what I've done. You know the green, what you want to do is you want to look and see them like light and shade, okay? So one way to do is like half close your eyes, and then you don't see the colours as much and you see the form. And if you can't see enough definition from one bit to the other, you need to up the contrast.
Can I just concur in the strongest of terms? Because I didn't know about this squinty thing until Sheena taught me the squinty thing, probably 10 years ago now. And I've told lots of you that, I've passed on your good advice many times, Sheena.
Oh, bless.
It really does make a huge difference, doesn't it, doing the squinty thing? Because you can see where you need that shit. Like you can't, it's like magic happening in front of your eyes.
It is. And now I just take my glasses off.
Yeah.
The age thing.
Well, yes, me too.
That's
I wouldn't need to squint anymore.
Another good thing to do now and again, you know, is take a picture with your phone
Yes.
and make it black and white.
Oh.
I know, it gets complicated, but here's the thing. What you're looking at then is your tonal values. I'm just telling you, it's not going to be like all long-winded thought class, but you know, when you've got like, you know, black and white films?
Yes.
They used to use like green for blood on the black and white films, green stuff and everything.
Yes.
Because it looked, you wouldn't know it was black and white. And chocolate sauce, that's it. They used like the Hershey's chocolate sauce and stuff.
Yeah, tastes
It
horrible.
didn't matter because it was black and white.
Yes.
But all you wanted was that dramatic contrast. So if it's black and white, you're seeing where the light and dark is in your,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Just if it's looking flat, half close your eyes, and then just if you want to at
Or
some
take your
point,
glasses off.
Or take your glasses off. Yeah, absolutely. So what I've done here, Leann, I've mixed myself a little kind of shading for my green. I've used some green and I've used a bit of purple.
Oh, purple.
Really nice shading colour, nice little colour there.
Now, this is the other thing I learned from you.
Yes.
Honestly, because I used to shade with black and then it looked like the Dementors had come to visit.
Oh, you remember your Harry Potter? You were like Voldemort that night,
I
weren't
did
you?
have Voldemort creeping across the
Yeah.
sky that night, trying to put a bit of shade in my clouds.
Absolutely. Death Eater gathering over Leann's house that night.
They were. They really were.
It was brilliant. It was, So can you see how much more movement and light and dark those leaves have got
Yes.
now? We're like getting really
They
dark
just
in
pop.
there.
It's fantastic.
Right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to I'll try and pick it up a little bit, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to just scribble on here for this one.
Yeah,
I'm going to put
the
a
speed.
light brown over the wash of this basket, and I'm just going as I go. So this is like just a light colour there, and because that's going to be the lightest bit of the wood, and then we can shade it after that. So pop that on there, and probably the rope. We can even use that as the base colour for the rope as well.
I love that. Can I just say, Helen Pattinson says, hello, that was me that wrote that and the help and advice on the inkets was amazing.
Yay,
Yeah, with your
brilliant.
snowflake, can I do
Oh.
it? That was Helen. Thank you for letting us know it was
cheers,
you, Helen.
Please, the team and everyone else stepped up. Brilliant. Excellent. Oh, we like her.
I'm going to read.
like
Hang on, I
her.
need to read this one out, Sheena.
Yeah.
Rena Ma says, Leann and Sheena look amazing today.
Yeah, we like her. She's a lovely woman.
We
I
like
love that
Rena.
woman.
Rena,
Yeah.
you're in our gang.
Yeah.
Rena can be in our gang,
She is
can't
absolutely in
Sheena?
our gang. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So what I've done, you know that purpley colour I've mixed
It's my new
there?
foundation, you know.
You what, sorry?
My new foundation.
Is it?
Got a new foundation I need to tell you about,
Have
Sheena.
you? Oh, great. I looked at your eyeshadow palette there. Whoa,
Oh, I like that one as well.
That's
They're called
lovely.
QVC.
Yeah, I've used that before in the past, but that was a
nice one.
doozy, that one.
Yeah, it's a doozy. Anyway, sorry.
Not portable, mind.
No, not at all.
It was about 2 foot square, wasn't it?
It is a big one.
It was
Yes.
huge.
Yeah, I think there's about 40 colours in it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, when I was younger, I'd want to use all those 40 all at the same time.
Yes, me
But
too.
it was the 80s and I could.
Everything was
encouraged.
acceptable. Everything was acceptable
Oh,
in the 80s.
tell you. Hey, some fashions, it's like, let them be.
Colleen says, I love watching Sheena do her magic. Can watch her all day painting.
Oh.
And Heather Springer says, I got the full leaf set and the snowflake set from HSN. They are amazing.
Wow.
And can I just let you all know that we have one more design than HSN had. We've got exclusives here at CTV. So if you want the full set, if you want the real full set, the set that has the missing one that wasn't available on HSN, shop the show. I think this one, the apples, wasn't available on HSN.
Yes, it wasn't the apple. That's why I thought I'd
and
start
there
with
was
them, because
the snowflake one, I think it might have been a rooftopy one.
it was the rooftop.
That
it
wasn't
was.
available in the snowflake. So if you want to complete your collection and you just want those 2 stamps to go with all of your folders and dies that you've got at home, complete your collection from when you shopped HSN. Go on the website, shop the show, you'll see them there.
Excellent.
Laura says, good morning from Arkansas. Good morning to you, Laura.
Morning, Laura.
I just have to read this name out because I love to say it. Anne Kalanouskas, I hope I'm saying that right, Anne, had to get this stamp. It wasn't... Anne, you read our mind. Had to get this stamp. It wasn't in the ones they had on HSN. And now I have the real whole set.
Yay.
Yes, you do, Anne. Yes,
There
you do.
go. Yeah, nothing gets past them, does it?
No.
Nothing. Hawkeye.
Look how incredible that is, just coming to life there. It's exceptional, Sheena.
Thank you. So what I'm doing, you know what? Use the colours that you've got. It really is something to be said for using a limited palette.
Yes.
Because then you get less clashes and it's going to be more harmonious. All the colours are going to go together. If you mix those colours together, get other colours, neutral colours. Use what's on your palette. Yeah, I've got broken out in my little flowery kind of palette here. Mostly because I knew I was using just a very small amount of something.
Yes.
So now I'm going to do the sky here. So I'm using back to
I'm
the
excited
blue.
for
Remember I
this.
put that out earlier?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to try a little bit on my card to see how intense that is. That's very intense. So I know I want to use even more water in there because you can always darken it, but putting it back, getting it lighter. With all these, they do fall bleach really well as well, I've got to say. They fall bleach brilliantly, don't they?
I'm just bringing you this in a minute,
Leann.
Sheena, because
Right,
I've got a
thank you.
question from somebody and
Okay.
you'll need that to answer
Okay.
it.
I am prepared. I was wondering. I thought, right, okay.
I know I'm all over the place, but I'm excited. Louise Carpenter says, can you use the new craft mat with the squares on top to hold and mix the watercolour ink?
Right, well, we'll have a try.
And so you don't. That's that silicone mat. I think that works. I think that would work just the same as the little palette. But I'm after your professional opinion, Sheena.
We will give it a try, Leann.
Thank you. Louise, hold the phone. We'll come back to you. Betty says, I beat you to it, Leann, and already bought summer days to complete my HSN set. Well done, Betty. We're all
Nice
on the
one,
same
Becky.
page. We're completing our sets and buying showstoppers.
Yay. Nice one.
Look at that.
So what I've done is I've gone darker at the top and then I've gone paler, some more water at the bottom towards the skyline.
Yeah.
And then it just makes it look a little bit like, you've got darker at the top and gives you that aerial perspective thing is what we're looking at. I'm going to use a pale greeny colour at wash. Might be this, could be that same kind of, let's use a limey, let's use meadow, where there's a bright golden haze over.
There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. Which one's
There's a
that?
bright golden haze on the meadow.
Which
the
one?
one.
Which musical's that from? Is it Oklahoma?
Oklahoma,
Oklahoma.
yeah.
I love that musical.
Brilliant, isn't it? Yeah.
I love the musicals.
Oh, me too. Grew up with them all. My mum had them all on vinyl. And so, like,
Seven
I know
Brides
them
for
all
Seven
word
Brothers.
for word.
I
Like-
love them. Seven Brides for Seven Brothers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's a classic. Barry Gibb and Barbara Streisand.
I haven't
what
heard that
kind of
album.
fool. That's the best Bee Gees backing you'll ever hear.
Really?
She sings, what kind of fool? And then in the background you hear,
From
and
Barry.
it's Barry backing her.
Oh my
You hear the
goodness.
lovely dulcet tones of
Barbara. And then Barry in the background. And then-
Just
so
listen
I
to-
need to
I'm
listen
sorry
to this
if I ruined it
just
for you
for that.
because I love them all and I played that album back to front and it's like, it's Babs, what can you say?
I'm going to now go and find that on the Spotify's.
Definitely.
Just for that experience while I'm eating my sandwich. It sounds like an experience that I
you
can't not have
can't
in my
hear
life.
it, can you, Nicola?
No.
You can't want to hear Barry's backing on that.
Because we love the GBs in our house. That's what Peter used to call them when he was 5.
The GBs.
Yeah, so when he was 5,
Yeah.
he was like, Mum, I love those GBs. I'm like, what are the
Aw.
GBs? I thought it was a new band I didn't know about, like a skater band or something. So off we went to Woolworths. And I was saying to the lady behind this, the GBs, and she was like, we don't have any. I'm like, well, he's heard the GBs.
Aw.
And so I need to buy this GB album. He was with me. What, like, it must exist. Please go through to the G's in the alphabet and have a look. What have you got? Because it's got to be out there. He loves them. He's heard it. And we couldn't find the GBs. So we're walking, and I'm so sorry, so we can't find them. We're walking out the shop, and he said, Ma'am, there, the GBs. And it was the Bee Gees.
Oh,
It was the
bless
best of the
them.
Bee Gees album
The
cover on
GBs.
on the little thing on the shelf as you're going out. So we bought that, the best of the GBs from, and they've been called the GBs in our house ever since.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Sheena, that blue and green has made every other colour there pop.
Yeah, it's they look
It's
a bit
incredible.
out. Yeah, they look a bit out of place until you get the background and then you go, right now.
But then
okay.
that perfect white edge that you've been able to keep.
Yes.
Can we just make a mention to that for a minute? Because That's the emboss that's done that for you, isn't it? When
Yes,
you
it
put
is.
that
It's
through.
all those little things that make it look not messy. You don't ever.
Yes.
I don't want you to look messy. They can look grungy, but that's controlled grunge. You don't ever
It's
want to look
intentional.
unfinished when you're
Yes.
selling your cards as well. You want them to look that little bit. So now what I'm doing is I'm using that stronger green and I'm just flicking up with my pen like this to give that grass instead of painting. You're not going to paint every blade of grass, but if you pick up with your brush and have less paint on your brush, you can just kind of like flick like that. You know what, I think we're going to call that, oh, we'll just do this here, that bit there.
Cindy Condi says, that's a great tip, Sheena, to use the colours so they don't clash. Thank you.
Yes.
It is that might be my tip of the day. I think I would choose that as your tip of the day. That's
Good,
fantastic.
that's excellent.
Jane quickly says, this is stunning. She also loves Barry Gibb.
Oh, fantastic.
You're in the gang. You're in the
There you
gang,
go.
Jane.
The classic.
Evelyn says, I think it's amazing what Sheena can do with just a few drops of colour and a few brush strokes. Evelyn, you can do it too. Everybody at
Absolutely.
home who gets this showstopper can create what Sheena's just done, and you can do it with confidence because it is just dropping the colour with a limited palette from those aqua markers. Trust me when I say, and I can say this wholeheartedly because I couldn't colour a thing till Sheena taught me how. I think it's about 15 years ago now.
It's quite a while.
It's a
isn't it?
while, but it's a true story. I couldn't do it. It was a complete muddy mess when I tried. Sheena showed me a couple of tips, like the one she shared with you today. I used one of her stamps. I felt like an artist. And it's the quality of the line work. It is where the cross-hatching is, that guidance, the thought in the
Absolutely.
composition, Sheena, which means you can drop the colour in and you will create something that looks like this and you'll be proud of it. And you'll want to
It's
show everybody who
everything
comes
together,
in. Yeah.
Isn't it? Everything
Yes.
together and all at once, Leanne.
Absolutely, Sheena.
Yeah.
So you can do it. You absolutely can do it, and it will look like this. I have full confidence.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I think we're going to just say, you can probably look and see if you want a little highlight. I'm using this fabulous pen I have here to put a highlight on there. And if you've got no contrast, if it looks like you've got a bit of dark against dark and you think, oh, that should have been a bit lighter to define that edge, that's where you pop a little bit of your white pen on there and then you'll be able to see leaves like kind of separated from the next leaf.
Yeah.
So let me wipe this up and let me show you what, oh, we're not done because I tell you what we're going to finish
What
this
we're
off
gonna do?
with. We're going to pop it through the folder again. Because you think it wouldn't make that much, you think, well, surely you've got all that colouring on, you're going to see it. Yes, you will. So I'm going to get the folder. It's
Okay.
down here somewhere.
While you're doing that, I've just got to say, Crafting Queen, who sent me a quick message to say she wants to say thank you for the stunning Snow Queen Australian card she won from me. I made an upside down card, Sheena.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did it again. I'm
Uh-oh.
notorious for it.
Uh-oh.
And Crafting Queen won it, and she just says thank you so much. You have no idea what it meant to me. I'm very pleased you received it. Thank you for the message.
Oh, brilliant.
Jane says this is stunning. Everybody can't get over it.
Oh, fabulous.
Marcy says, I bought the aqua pens when they launched on HSN years ago, learned from Sheena and Leann how to use them. They are still going strong. They last forever. That's a good point.
They do.
They
last
do
and
last
last
forever,
and
don't they?
last. Absolutely do. Which is a great product. I mean, it's like, you know, they really do. Right, now check this out. So you think it looked good before? I think that looks way better. So if you do
Oh
that,
my word, it's subtle, but it's beautiful. Look at the veins. It's like you've watercoloured on an actual leaf.
How cool is that? And you know what I would do is just get a little bit of movement like this. Move your leaf around so you want it to look like
behave.
an autumn leaf.
That's like Harry Potter nonsense happening right over
I'm
there
like
right now.
Sprout. I'm more Sprout than McGonagall, I fear.
Well, I think I'm more Snape than whatever.
Do you right?
Yeah,
Oh,
more Snape than
check
Dumbledore,
that
probably.
out. So
But
should we
look,
stick the card together? And then we
yes,
have
go
the
on.
card done?
Let's.
Because I've got everything done
Sheena,
here.
that
I've
looks
got it prepared.
incredible.
Because then you'll see how the little swirly twirlies come in as well. And I have to say thank you to Debbie for Debbie created this original card.
Yes.
And I have done my best to do it justice. I hope Debbie approves.
I agree. I think you have.
So I am doing that. And it's really nice because, you know, this is exactly why when you look at inspiration online, don't think it's got to look exactly the way that you see the one on it. Because if you do it, if I made a card and I made it again, chances of it being a carbon copy is very slim.
Yeah, me
Because
too.
there's so many variables, Leanne, or they're not. So don't think that if you see someone's on the Inquettes or the team or mine or Leanne's, that if it's not exactly like that, it's not the right one. It is. They're all going to be different. You can use them for inspiration.
Betty Weaver agrees with me, Sheena. Betty says, what sorcery is this?
What sorcery?
It's the product, isn't it?
Fabulous.
And you can be a sorcerer too when you get this home, because you'll have everything to do that.
That's it, absolutely. So I'm just putting this down quickly, but you will put a little bit more, you know, stick on it, take your time a little bit. But what I want to do, what I'm making sure I'm doing, is just making sure I've got that leaf with movement and lift to it, because it just looks just so pretty when you emphasize that. And then we've got these little swirlies and wording all in here ready that we can pop on there. It just, you know, there's not a lot. The background was so quick, you've got to agree. All the colouring was in there.
I have to just tell you the comments that are coming through. Cindy, wowzers. Charlotte Everest, wowzers. It makes a big difference. I love it. Betty Weaver, what sorcery is this? Lois Skiathis, this is stunning. Robbie Hedrick, I love, capital letters, love it. Colin Cowell, love, 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 love. Oh my word, so many comments coming through for how much they totally adore this. Lynn Morton, I'm talking to you right now, Lynn. Lynn, yes, I'm just going to say to you, Lynn, yes. Lynn, yes, you can. You know you can. Lynn says she could never colour like me or you. Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can.
It's not that we're magic. Sheena's magic. I'll give you that. I'm not magic. She taught me a couple of tips and tricks. And I can do it just as well now. It's the quality of the stamp, it's the quality of the aqua marker. I know if you get this bundle, those aqua markers, and you watch back this show and do exactly what Sheena's just done, it will look like that. I promise you, when I say it's the quality of the stamp, it's the lines, it's the composition, it's the hatching, and then you pop your colour on and it's going to look fantastic, I promise you, Lynn.
Absolutely.
How are you getting on, Sheena?
Right, so I'm hoping, I'm not putting loads of sticky on these, but there'll be enough to see it so that we can carry on and do some more. And what we'll do is I'll have a tidy up, Leann, and then what we'll do is we'll do a monochrome maybe next, eh? So people are thinking, what would you look like with a monochrome option? How do you think?
Yes.
How would you like them apples?
I feel there is sorcery in this studio because you have just said that, and literally a comment just popped up as you were. The second you were saying that, Sheena says, I love the one Lisa did with all the browns, the squirrel stamp.
Wow, there you go.
Literally, as you said that. You're going to do that, aren't you, Sheena? Next one.
Oh, yeah, the next one, yeah. So there you go. We have, that should be just on a card, but we've done that, we did that real time.
Unbelievable.
And then
absolutely
that,
unbelievable.
You should be able to see the vein on the leaf as well.
Yeah.
People will look at this picture and you really can. That's such a deep. Don't think you're not going to see that. You really are.
Yeah.
You see it more when you see them in the flesh or in the card. But that there is how it works.
It's unbelievable, Sheena. Thank you. So it's gorgeous. I think every one of us is blown away with the quality of that. We really are. So let me just remind you about the bundle that we've got for you today. So we've got the UK launch plus the stamps that weren't available on HSN if you shop the show. So you can complete your collection if you did get part of the collection on HSN. So you're getting your folder, your die set, 4 huge photopolymer stamp sets with all of those beautiful images inside that work with your dies and your folders together. Then in your showstopper bundle, you're also getting your pack of 15 sheets of watercolor card, and you're getting a full 8x8 magnetic stamping platform in there. This is normally $24.99 or $34.95, I think it is, or $39.90, $34.95 on its own. And you're only paying £15 more today for the showstopper to get Sheena's bundle plus those 2 items. And that's the pricing we've got on the screen for you, because that's the thing you're shopping the most, the showstopper. If you don't want the showstopper, you can get that, which does not have the magnetic stamping platform or the watercolour card in, £70 or $80. And of course, you take your relevant member discount off that. But if you do want your showstopper today, you can see the platinum price that we've got on the screen for you there is only £68 or $75. It's only £15 more or $15 more to include that magnetic platform and the card in the showstopper deal for you. If you want to cherry pick, if you want only a folder, a set of dies and one of the stamps, then go and shop the show, and of course you can do that as well if you would like to. I must just give you the details for the palette that Sheena's been using, which is our Spectrum Noir watercolour palette. Excellent quality, and we've popped in there 3 of the brushes that Sheena uses on the most regular basis. These are the 3 she can't manage without, that she uses continuously. And you can see a great price for the palette and the brushes today. A platinum price, $7.16 or $15.05, or $8.95, $18.81. That's a great little addition to the collection, should you want to do that. And of course, I believe we've got free shipping over $50 today. So free shipping over $50. You've already got that with your showstopper, so why not pop in a couple of other little bits which will complete your experience, or grab a few consumables along the line. Now, 15% of the stock is gone. We're just in Wake Up Call this morning. This is a preview. We've got the launch, 2 hours with Sheena and I later today, which is when it'll really start to get busy. So before that happens, if you want to secure your showstopper, then now is the time to be doing it. And we got rid of the gremlins, we got rid of the bad habits that were in the system, and we've got it, we hope, we've got all of our fingers crossed. I'm standing here ready to save us all if they do come back. But we're going to take a little break so that you can go and get your showstopper, and we'll see you back soon.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right?
Yeah.
Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What does she do?
Exactly
What does
how
she do?
he looks.
This is awesome! This is awesome!
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
I just thought I would grab a couple of these fabulous little samples to show you some of the things that you can do. And what I want to say about these samples is these have been done by our regular Crafters Companion design team, who are not the Sheena Douglas Can Paint Magic design team. Now, I'm not saying they're not excellent painters of product, because when you see these, they are. But I think what it does do is show you that a paper crafter who will be doing exactly what you're doing at home has used Sheena's products and created the most beautiful and exquisite samples here. And I think it's nice to show some of the samples that have been done by what I would call a regular crafter. And I mean that in the nicest sense of terms.
They're beautiful cards.
They're beautiful. I know you said you absolutely loved them, didn't you?
I love them. They're fabulous
And
cards.
so I'm just going to give little shout outs. So this person hasn't put their name on, but you've done an awesome job. I love this, especially the little, whoever you are, little bits of glossy accent on there. Looks incredible for a little bit of shine and sheen with little squiggly wigglies. Then we've got this. Look at that with the stags. And this was done by Lisa West. There we go. Is that one of yours, Sheena?
No.
No?
No.
Well,
She's yours.
so see how fantastic does that look? Absolutely incredible. This one, again, by the person of no name. Oh, I wish I knew who you were, because you've done an if you're watching, can you send us a message and let us know who's done this? I'd like to give you credit where credit's due, please, because look, that is absolutely beautiful. We've got another one here. We've got another two, in fact. One at a time, Leann. Exquisite. This one's done by Martha Lucia Gomez. Thank you, Martha. This one also by Martha. Look at that with a squirrel. Absolutely gorgeous. Here's another one by Curry Noon. Look at the blue.
That's
vibrant.
beautiful.
Look at
Gorgeous.
that. Isn't that?
Yeah, they're
it's like a
lovely. They're
night
really
sky.
lovely.
It's absolutely gorgeous. This one here has been done by Martha again. Brilliant job, Martha. And another one by Kerry, just to finish up there with that lovely blossom on there. And they're done by not Sheena's DT. And honestly, I think if I came over there and put them beside the Sheena DT ones, you wouldn't see any difference.
I would be happy with any of them from your DT.
Absolutely.
Over the moon.
And what I'm telling you that for is because I want you to see that you can do this. You can do it. You don't have to be scared. You can absolutely get those results. And you will love, love, love the results when you get them. Now, what would we like to do next? Pictures. Oh, pictures.
Yay,
I understand
pictures.
now. We've got pictures that you've done and sent in. I'm very excited. This is Cheryl Kay. Now, so this is Cheryl Kay's example, and Cheryl, I love it, and I don't agree with your husband or the Inkettes. Cheryl's husband said that he thought the squirrel looked mean, and the Inkette said he was a bit psychotic. I think he's focused on the nuts. That's what I think, Cheryl. He looks absolutely gorgeous, doesn't he?
Bless him.
He does. He looks lovely. Thank you for sharing that, Cheryl. Sandra's done a bit of colouring with the snowflakes and sent us in a picture of a little robin redbreast there. Thank you, Sandra. That's absolutely glorious.
Fabulous.
Cindy Condi, look at that.
Oh, beautiful.
Cindy.
Wow.
Now this is you. Everybody watching. This is you at home, getting the stamps and dies, sitting down, watching the show back, doing a little bit of colouring with the quality of the stamp that Sheena does for you, getting these results at home. And I'm so grateful that you sent those pictures in for us, Cheryl, Sandra and Cindy, because they really do show how achievable it is to get the results that Sheena gets in the studio at home yourself when you're using the stamps. Thank you. They all look fabulous. Sheena.
Absolutely. Leanne. Right, so what I thought I would do is a bit of monochrome stamping, just because then it takes the colouring aspect away completely, and it's all about that tonal value I was talking about. You know, if you turn it in black and white.
Yes.
It's all about that. When you used to go to school and you used to sketch with a pencil, that's what they were teaching you to do, was to see the different tonal values, you know, from the darkest bit to the lightest bit, to give things definition. And that's what's good with the monochrome stamping as well. So I have this squirrel here, and I have got my magnetic repositionable stamping platform ready. And again, let me show you how these, when you get them, you really are, some of you are going, wow, they really stick. They really do. These are tough. Don't worry about like having to really peel them off like that, because they are tough. They're photopolymer. that's what you're getting. So we're going to pop that there. I've got a couple of bits of card cut ready. This is not a planned, this I didn't have prepped. I've just literally popped this together now so we can have a little bit of a play and see what we think. Because I'm thinking of using a couple of different ink pads and we can decide between us. Because we've got an ink pad bundle on the show, Leann.
Yeah.
I might even mix them. You know me, what am I like? I know, I've been told I shouldn't mix me ink pads, but yay, what am I saying? What can I do?
You're Sheena Douglas, you can do what you like.
Oh, what? There's no stopping me. So I've popped that on there. I've got that positioned very nicely. I'm going to pick that up ready. Good to go. Now, I have before me 3 which I think will work. We have Bordeaux, which is kind of, well, let's get
it's like a brownie burgundy, isn't it?
Brownie burgundy, yeah, warm. It's very quite browny, isn't it? And it's a dark. For this technique, you always want a dark colour. Pastels aren't your friend for this because these are going to be watered down and dragged out. I think I might have my winner right there, you know. I was thinking of Friar Brown, but I'm liking Bordeaux.
I do because it's warm.
I think I'm going to go Bordeaux.
I think you should.
And the other option is to mix them, because I have anthracite here as well. So if you had a little bit of anthracite in with your Bordeaux,
nice.
Shall we try it?
Yeah, let's do that.
Mix it. Let's do a little bit of a cocktail.
I like that.
Call me Tom Cruise.
And that, do you know, I love that movie. Tom Cruise.
Cocktail.
So, this is because she's young, Sheena.
Oh, bless
So Nick has just
them.
said, why Tom Cruise? There was a movie in the 80s called Cocktail, which starred Tom Cruise. And if you haven't watched it, Nicola, you need to watch it. It will change your life. Yeah.
Have you seen the new Top Gun, Leann?
Oh, I have.
Oh, I loved it.
Me too.
I didn't care. I was like, I want a happy, I want nice things. I want,
Yes,
I'm not going
me
to say
too.
anymore, but it was, I loved
I was
it.
living my best life watching that. I watched it twice at the cinema. It was that good. I watched it and then went back the next day. That's how sad I am.
I've watched it a couple of times.
I loved it.
Right, so I've put the lighter colour on first.
Yeah.
And now I'm going over with anthracite. Okay. So
Nicola's had a look on Rotten Tomatoes and Cocktail's got 9%, which apparently is not good. Can I just say Rotten Tomatoes don't know what they're talking about? And I guarantee if you watch that, you'll come in and you'll go, I feel that my life was richer for having seen it.
for having seen Cocktail. I don't think I've seen it.
You haven't seen
No,
it?
I haven't seen it. I just know that, I know that he was in it, and I know he did the whole juggling of the cocktail things and everything, but I haven't seen it, no.
It's got, you know, the girlfriend of the Karate Kid, in the Karate Kid?
Right, yeah.
It's got her in, I can't remember her name. She was called Ali, Elizabeth Shue, that's right, she was called Ali in the Karate Kid. And it's got that other older actor in who's English, and he plays a bit of a bad boy in it. I'm trying to remember his name, I can't remember. Might be Brian Brown, yeah. It's just very, 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 very good. I mean, cheese on cheese, with a bit of sprinkled cheese on top. But it's fantastic.
I don't mind a bit of cheese, yeah.
Honest
That's
cheese,
fine. I'm happy with
fabulous,
it. Sometimes I don't want gritty realism. I want escapism.
I agree. Nicola thinks we should do a film club where all 5 of us sit and watch Cocktail. I agree.
Yes.
It's
Come here,
honestly,
popcorn.
it's one of those films where, you know, you just, things are happening in life and you can't be bothered with whatever, and you're just thinking, whoa, what am I going to do today? And then you watch that and you feel uplifted.
You feel better for it.
You feel better for watching it.
I like that. You know which film that does that for me every time? First Wives Club.
Oh, me too.
Oh, Leann, that's one of my just go to. And when they sing, you don't own me.
You
at
don't
the
own
end,
me.
I want to be there with them.
Me
I'll get myself a white suit and I'll be doing my little dance things and I'll be there wandering down the street singing with Bet and
It's incredible, isn't it?
It's
I
a
love that movie.
fabulous
Now, if you
film.
love that, have you watched it on Netflix? Now we're just having a nice time chatting with you all at home.
Yeah.
While we watch Sheena do the painting. Just tell us what you're doing, Sheena, before
Right,
I
so
do
what
this
I'm
next
using
bit.
is I've used the 2 colours and I'm using, what I did was I tried the water on a bit that if it was releasing a lot of colour, it doesn't matter because it's not too detailed. Like I'm
Yes.
leaving the squirrel so I know how well this is moving, this colour.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So what I'm doing now is I'm going around the outside of this leaf, and if you look on the leaf, I've kind of got a little kind of like shading, cross-hatching, so that if you just wet it, it's giving it like as if it's got a little burnt kind of like a shaded edge to blend into the picture.
Yes, I
yeah?
can see that.
So I'm wetting that and I'm going around like that, but I don't want it all blended, so I don't want to come in too much with that. There's a little branch
You
there.
don't want to lose the detail.
No, I don't want to lose the
So
detail.
your
exactly.
brush is definitely damp, not wet.
Absolutely, barely damp, yeah. Really, really, very little water on it. And it's quite pale, but we can darken it. We're going to add some contour into it because we can always add ink to it later.
Yes.
So this combination is
So you're
quite...
getting your mapping at the minute.
It's, yes.
Yes.
So,
Nice.
but what I'm trying to do, Leanne, is not blend every line within an inch of its life. I want some to left.
Yes.
You know, some detail. So that's what I'm doing. But yeah, so what we're watching on Netflix
So
then
what
now.
you need to watch on Netflix is, if you like the First Wives Club movie, you 100% have to watch Frankie and Grace on Netflix.
Oh, Frankie and Grace
Yes.
with Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin.
Yes.
Right.
Well, they're best friends in life.
Yes, yeah.
And honestly, it comes across
Brilliant.
Their dislike of each other
Brilliant.
in the sitcom comes across as could only be from two people who really like each other, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It is absolutely hilarious. That's something, if I just want to sit and have a good belly laugh, I will put that on and just laugh at it. It's funny.
I will. I'll watch that then,
Laugh
because I love them both.
Literally, laugh out loud moments like that. You know, when you're just sitting and you can't help yourself. You spontaneously in the middle of something.
Oh, I've done that with my headphones on before.
Yeah, me too, on a train.
And actually, you know, we're talking about the Audible, the listen to books, and I listen to them in bed, and I fall asleep. Well, before I fall asleep, and I laugh out loud.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah.
Honestly, I've done that. I've laughed out loud on trains and planes.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Remember that time you told me to take the train when we used to have to go to Peterborough from Newcastle, and you said take the train, it's much more relaxing. So I did, and I put my audiobook on, and it was a Saturday, it was packed, this train, and I'm sitting, there's people all around me, and I put my audiobook on. It was literally absolutely packed, and books tend to make me fall asleep, so I fell asleep. Oh man. And you know when you fall asleep, I don't know about you, but I jerk or I kick or I make a noise sometimes.
I do as well.
And I did this like, really that loud? Really that loud? Oh. And I went, oh no, I'm on the train. So I didn't want to open my eyes. So what I had to do, Leann, I feigned a coughing fit. I started, and when I opened my eyes, everybody's eyes were like, all eyes on me. Like, oh, I drove after that. I don't know.
Hey dear.
What a show.
I'm crying now. I can imagine that.
Oh.
I do that. I do like a hiya sometimes in my sleep.
Yes.
Like a karate hiya.
Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get restless legs. I've got this thing, restless leg syndrome. I am a nightmare, honestly. I'm like Michael Flatley most nights. Oh, feet of flames. Middle of the night, I just want to sleep, and there I am. Oh, river dancing for
There
the
you
rest
are,
of the
lady
night.
of the dance.
Oh.
Jane Quigley says, right. Okay, that she means business.
Right.
Okay, Jane, I've just bought the showstopper.
Hey.
I hesitated a little due to the fact I already have 2 stamping platforms, but hey, why not get a third for less than 12 quid?
Yeah.
Exactly, Jane.
Makes
because
sense,
you can't have
doesn't
too
it?
many. You can get them all set up with stamps and be using them at the same time. You don't have to keep resetting it. That's the way to do it. 11, Evelyn Kiefer says, beautiful samples. Wendy says, it's magnificent.
Oh.
I love Sheena's inkettes. I've had loads of advice from everyone. Sheena stamps and the aqua markers gave me confidence, and now I don't say I can't. I say I will try.
Yay, that's it. Give
Wendy,
it a try.
Thank you for that comment, because that is exactly what we're trying to have everybody understand at home, isn't it, Sheena?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's just need that little bit of instruction, that little bit of stuff to kind of, to keep you right, really. That little bit of, like something as simple as the brush, using an almost dry brush. If you've been using the brush too wet, that there would make things so difficult to do for anybody. So,
Sheena,
simple thing like that.
Burgundy's just coming out of the background. It's just warming it up. Can I just say, Lily and Kwok, I can see it. You know, sometimes when you look at the tiles and you see something and it's not there.
Yeah.
Like I see shapes in clouds and tiles and
Yes.
marble and things. Lillian says, I keep thinking the squirrel is leaning on a walking stick, but it's the leaf stick. But now he's old Father Time Squirrel to me.
Oh yes, it looks
Can you
like he's
see it?
leaning on a walking stick.
I didn't
yeah.
see that. He looks like he's just contemplating
Yeah,
life. He's getting ready for
absolutely.
the autumn. He's thinking about how many nuts he's already gathered and how
That's
many more
right.
he needs.
Yeah. Where's that Douglas one? She's a soft touch for more
Doesn't
nuts.
it look like
Go
that?
and
That
see
looks
it.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, Lillian, I can see it now.
Absolutely.
Cindy again says, I love everyone's make, but thanks all from a complete amateur. Honestly, Sheena makes it easy.
Oh, bless. Well, I'm going to try. What I'm going to do, I'm going to warm a bit of it up. It would have been better, this, with a darker ink pad, because it's a little bit, we've lost a little bit of, the detail. It just needs to be a little bit more definition, Leanne. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop in a little bit of colour,
Yes.
just to suggest in
But
this
I like
room.
that because then you can add in a little bit of extra. It's the colour that you used as the base colour, so you're just intensifying it a bit. It just makes this kind of monotone colouring very, very simple, doesn't it?
Absolutely, that's basic. But you've seen the principle. But if it was a darker colour, you'd have a little bit more detail in it. But you can see the way it would work with that
Yes.
anyway.
I love this. And you know, this is the first thing when you were teaching me to colour all those years ago, this is the first thing you set me off with, doing the monotone stamping like this.
Absolutely.
And then that was the squinty eye thing to see where I needed more shade with the monotone stamping. And I don't know if you can remember, it was a tiny little house you'd drawn with like snowy hills around it, and it had like snow on the rooftops. This is the infamous blue house, Nicolette. So you see, Nicola's heard me on shows many times where I talk about this regularly. I say the first thing I did with Sheena was the blue house, and I do it all the time. And it was monotone stamped. It was a Sheena stamp, a lovely little cottage in the snowy hills, stamped in a navy blue, doing exactly what Sheena's doing now, and it was the thing I was the proudest of. And then I got every ink pad out, and I did one of each of the colours as all of my Christmas cards. I had about 30 of them in a different colour ink pad, with some matte and layering and a bit of glitter. And I felt like Bob Ross.
Ah, brilliant.
I did, and all I've done is stamped it in a colour and put a little bit of water on and drag colour out, and I felt I was so proud. It gave me the confidence to go on, though. I think start small on something like this and then build on it with all of the education we give you, and you will absolutely get fantastic results.
Absolutely. Don't put the pressure on yourself. Just sit, chill, relax. You can stop as well. You don't have to, it's not a race. It's not, you don't have to sprint. You can keep breaking it up, have a cuppa, come back, have a look at it.
Absolutely.
And sometimes it's good to walk away and come back as well.
I agree. Marianne says, if you get lines and your ink isn't blending smoothly, are you using too much or too little water?
If you
get lines and your ink isn't blending smoothly, are you using too much or too little water?
Probably, is it the card? Think of the card you're using first of all. And if you are you need to work quite quickly. If you if you're using it, if you're using it from the pen, that's trickier, because depending on the card and depending how quickly you are, you're more likely to get lines than if you do what we're doing and brush it on like this.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely it does. Thank you, Sheena. Jane Quigley says, I've gained so much arty confidence because of Crafters TV. I now absolutely love being arty. You're all fantastic. Isn't that lovely, to give someone confidence to go forward?
That's what it's about. I love, that's the best bit of my job. That's the best bit I love. It's not what I can do, it's what I say you can do. And you go, oh, you're right, I can.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it should be about, not because it's I've said it before, Leann, it's kind of way pointless unless we're sharing what you can do, because you're the guys who we want to be creating the stuff with, not us.
100%. I couldn't say more. Sherry agrees. Sherry says, I'm enjoying this so much. Such beautiful artwork done with clicked off. Hang on. Sorry, bear with. Such beautiful artwork done with such skill and finesse. Sheena is an artist and teacher extraordinaire.
Oh, you know what, the teaching bit's the bit I love more than anything. Like I said, I just love that bit of what I do. And this kind of today is perfect because we always said, didn't we, in the past, wouldn't it be lovely to be able to have a show that we could share that give you enough time to show it properly and explain it properly. And now with Crafters TV, we've got exactly what we wished for all that time ago. We've got the time to show you and to talk through and things when it doesn't go to plan either.
Yes.
Like this and what I've done, because it was very pale, because it wasn't a colour I would initially have used, what I've done to make it work, and it's a little bit more work to it than it should be. This should have been a much quicker process if you'd used a darker ink, to be honest. But it wasn't. So it's, rather than just say, well, there you go, it wasn't as good as it could be, doing this to let you see how you can,
of course,
bring it back if you want to give it the time to do that. Does that make sense?
Yes, 100%, Sheena. But look, it's 2 colours and a few squiggles in some places where you've got the hatching to show people where to put them. So it's not going to be difficult for somebody to achieve this at home, is it?
Exactly. All I'm doing is just going, I've used the red in the squirrel and part of the leaves, and then I've used that anthracite separately for part of the land, just because I want to see the squirrel against the background. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this little guy out, and then we'll have a little look and see what we've got.
Oh, Sheena, I love it. And can I just say that Lynn says, yes, Sheena makes us look good. I put one of my makes on the Inkette site and Sheena and everyone was so nice and brand new to watercolouring.
There you go.
See, there you go, exactly, Sheena.
Absolutely, share it. We love, that's what, in my team, part of being on my team is the advice and the sharing. Like, it's not all from me. They are incredible, and they'll tell you that things I don't, they've done things that I haven't done, and they've so the cards are all there, and they want to share, they want to tell you how they've done them. So please don't be scared to ask, because that's what they love to do. So right, we've got that there. I'm going to quickly cut that out. Have I got time to cut that out, Leann?
You have. And can I just say that Kerry Carney said, this is so lovely, I ordered the showstopper so that everyone now crafting besties group at my house can have their own stamping platform. We can each colour a leaf together. Isn't that fabulous? Now, I also have some important news. It's Kerry Carney's birthday today.
Oh!
So, Kerry, happy birthday to you.
Can I sing it in the style of Mrs. Miller?
Sorry?
Mrs. Miller.
Mrs. Miller.
Have you heard her?
No.
All right, this would be it.
Come on.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. What was that name?
Kerry.
Carrie. Happy birthday to you. She doesn't have any time in our volume.
Mrs. Miller?
Mrs. Miller, have you not heard her?
No, who is she?
In the break, I'm playing her. You're going to hear the whole album. Ben knows Mrs. Miller.
So, do you know what? We have to be quiet. Brent's just been in and done shushing the door because they must be able to hear us next door.
Oh, no.
Mrs. Miller's on QVC next door.
No.
But it's all right because, Kerry, it's your birthday and it's all about you. Happy birthday to you from me and Mrs. Miller. I need to know who she is.
You've got to hear it. You've got to hear it. Yeah, is that not right though, guys? In my ear, is that not Mrs. Miller? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yes. Yeah,
I feel my life is going to change.
If you like the mamas and the papas and you love Monday, you'll never hear it the same again. Oh, yeah, Monday, yeah. Because it gets ahead of her, bless her, and she can't keep up with it. So she just kind of like panics a bit towards the end of the song to try and get it in there in time. It's fabulous.
Oh, my word. And right, so at lunchtime, you're showing me Mrs. Miller.
You're going to, yeah,
Okay.
Mrs. Miller, absolutely. That's my gift to you. And Ben, it's kind of weird because there's not that, she's not like on everybody's playlist, Mrs. Miller. Ben knew about Mrs. Miller.
Did he?
Yes, and we're in the Mrs. Miller fan club.
I don't know who she is.
Oh, if she makes
I
Florence
feel
Foster
excited.
Jenkins sound amazing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's a piece of work. So shall we just do a quick
Yes.
couple of cuts here?
Yes.
Let's do a quick. Well, that's all of QVC now over here.
Can I just say, we've really, Kerry says she's in tears of joy. I'm pleased
Yay!
we've done that for you today, Kerry.
That was sung with gusto and love, Kerry. Everybody heard it whether they wanted to or not.
I am still chuckling just at you doing this. That was enough for me. So I'm looking forward to being introduced at lunchtime, I have to say. Lillian says Ben and Craig are on their best behaviour. It's not natural.
What was that, sorry?
Ben and Craig apparently next door, they're on their best behaviour.
Are they?
Apparently it's not natural. That's why you've got to stay here with us. This is where the fun's at.
Oh, they want
right
to come
here,
back
right
here.
now, isn't it, Sheena?
Oh, yeah.
That's a good song. Right here.
Right
now.
here.
That's
right
where
now.
the fun is.
Right
me and you.
here. Right now. Right here. Whisper it. Right.
That card matches the ink pad.
It's
you did.
nice, isn't it?
It's lovely.
And I thought we shove the, this through here. Why am I whispering? It was okay, I can talk. I don't have to whisper, do I?
No, you don't have to whisper. You
I
can
feel
talk.
like a naughty kid. Every time I'm in, I'm usually being told I've got to be quiet.
No, you can talk normal.
But that was me at school. Did you get to go wrong for talking at school, Leann?
Yeah, yes, all the time. My English teacher used to write in my reports, I think Leann has been injected with a gramophone needle.
Yeah.
Because I was loud and I talked a lot.
Yeah. I used to laugh, just giggle.
Me too. And I would do that as well. There was a lady in the comments that hasn't come through, but I know she put it in because it reminds me of my name, said that she had to buy a double bed because that's Heather Springer. She had to buy a king-size bed because her husband, well, you know when you're doing the impromptu shakes and what have you in bed, they punched her in the face twice while sleeping. So she had to get a king-size bed.
Oh, no.
But I can relate to that because my husband has the night terrors. Yes. So poor Simon, occasionally things are attacking them in the night and he doesn't know what they are. He has, you know, like the night, it's a truly horrible thing, the night terrors. If you have them, I sympathise because I watch what Simon goes through. But when I've tried to wake him out with a night terror, that's a very bad thing to do because he's had me pinned to the bed by my throat before. And then woke up and like, oh my God, Leann, you're all right. I didn't mean to do that. I thought I was being attacked by or whatever in the night terrors. So now when he's having the night terror, I have to get out of the bed, back up, and with my foot, kick him to wake him so that I can't get attacked. I mean, I don't kick him and wake him. I'm just like gently encouraging him with my foot so that I'm out of the bed so I can't get attacked. So I'm with you, Heather. I understand.
A loving
I'd
kick.
share that with you. Yeah.
A loving kick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A loving
it's horrible.
kick.
I tell you what,
An
restless
encouraging
legs is
kick.
terrible. Oh.
Really?
Oh, it's hideous, Leann. It's awful because you're sleep deprived, you know. You just want to sleep, and yeah, horrible thing. Other people who've got it, if you've got it, you know. Let me know.
Exactly. If you know,
Right,
you know.
So here's the thing, Leann. We've got this squirrel there. We've got that there. We've got this here,
Look at that.
and that doesn't look too bad now, does it? Like that.
I
We
love
could
it.
Just double it like that.
Do you know, I feel it's cool. That feels like a frosty autumn morning.
Oh yeah, you know what? We should put a little bit of bling on it.
Bling on
shouldn't
it. It feels to me like a frosty autumn morning.
Let's
Oh,
pop a little
so
bit.
the clear sparkle pens, we've got a bundle deal on those if you're interested in popping them in your basket. And we've got a few minutes left, so I'm just going to remind you while Sheena puts that card together, if that's okay,
Yes,
Sheena,
absolutely.
of the deal that we've got for you today. So this is our UK launch, the showstopper of the Timeless Leaves collection. You've got the entire Timeless Leaves collection here. You've got the embossing folder, the die with all the squirrely whirlies, and you've got 4 huge, I'm sure these are 5x7, I'm going to check. I'm sure they are. They're huge stamp sets.
Are they A5?
Are they A5?
They look A5 to me.
Which is bigger than 5x7.
Yeah,
it's a
I'm
big
sure they're
A5 stamp set, which is about 8 1/4 by 5 3/4. Just so if you're in the US, you're wondering what A5 is. So a big photopolymer stamp set of autumn, spring, summer and fall. You've got everything there in that showstopper bundle, plus your pack of watercolour card, 15 full sheets of that in there. And that's the card Sheena's been using through all of our demonstrations for you today. And you've got the 8x8 magnetic stamping platform and magnetic base and all of the magnets. And this in itself is usually worth £24.99 or £34.95. So you can see for only £15 more, your showstopper bundle, you're getting all of the stamps, the die and the folder, plus you're getting your magnetic stamping platform and your watercolour card for only £15 more. So the Showstopper is definitely the best value way for you to shop today. If you don't want the Showstopper, if you don't want the magnetic platform and the card, you can get the bundle on its own. You can get that for £70 or $80 today. Of course, take your relevant membership level off that if you'd like to. And then you can see that you've got that available for you, but it would be best to get the Showstopper bundle. I think it's definitely what the majority of you are doing today. And can I just tell you that the full value of this bundle would be £102.92 or $131.64. So when you can see the value that you've got there, and then what you're paying for it if you're a platinum member, £68 or $76, you can see the value that you've got there, and that is what you're doing. We're going to do the vote in the next show because we've talked too long, Sheena and I. So, I mean, there's no surprise there. So we'll do the vote in the next show right at the very beginning, and then we'll vote at the end again. And, you know, we'll see you there. Sheena, what are we going to be doing in the next 2 hours?
We are going to be more inspiration. We're going to do some the seasons we haven't done. We'll be doing winter, and we'll be doing spring.
Oh, we're going to do the stags.
And the stags, yeah. Oh, we'll do that draw the line. That's the draw the line card. Look,
That's the draw the line. Let's see. Are we doing the draw the line card with the stags?
Yes, draw the line with the stags.
Is that what you're going to do?
Yes.
No way.
Have you seen draw the line before?
No, I've never seen it.
Oh, we've got to do that.
Okay.
We're doing that one.
So we're doing that in the next 2 hours.
Yes.
And that will be, you'll have to remember the times, that's 3 p.m. UK time. And whatever it is then, Pacific and Eastern after that, because we can't work it out. But we'll see you at the regular time on our launch day show with Sheena doing Draw the Line, the Stags, the seasons you haven't seen, 10 a.m. Eastern, and we're working it out Pacific for you, and 7 a.m. Pacific. We'll see you there for the launch day. Thank you so much, Nicola. Please do, in the little break that we've got, go have a look at the Showstopper. Don't miss out on it. And we'll see you soon. So thank you very much for joining us. We've had all of the fun. Sheena, true legend and inspiration. But we'll be back with you for another 2 hours on the official launch show at 3 p.m. here on Crafters TV. I'll see you then.